All right, let's talk about Watcher. So first of all, the one thing you gotta know is that Watcher is the best free-to-play hero. One of the reasons why is that it has double army talents or army boost. So that means that it's really good on your wall when you defend because it's gonna impact all skills, all troop types, and it has attack and HP, so the two best ones. The other skill that you get is training speed, which is nice, and it's passive. So as soon as you unlock it, you get the boost, and it starts at 1% all the way up to 20%. So basically, Watcher is your best hero once it's gold, but before that, the only use you have for it is basically for the training speed. All right, so that's the reason why this is the best hero. If you compare to the other heroes, like Rose Knight as army army attack, but then Cav HP, it's great. It's a great boost, but it's not army. And then the other army hero that we have is what's his name? Goblin, which only gives. Where's Goblin? There it is. Only 20% attack, and then the rest is crappy. So that's the reason why Gold Watcher at Gold grade is the best hero you have as free-to-play player. All right, how do you get Watcher? So first of all, just like any other heroes, you need 320 medals to max out Watcher to Gold grade. And there's basically 5 ways to get it. You can only get medals during L events, and right now it's not. This is not an L event that has the rewards, but basically at Castle 25 you get three medals when you complete a Watcher event. When it's merging, research, construction, labyrinth, Tycoon, and then you get only one when it's Monster Hunt, which I suggest you don't do. You don't do Monster Hunt for a Watcher. I suggest that if you want to get some medals from the two special heroes, I suggest that you do Chaos Dragon with Monster Hunt, because Chaos Dragon you only get one medal on each of the events available. So basically, you're getting a better rate doing the other events for Watcher compared to doing Monster Hunt. All right, so out of the five, aside from Monster Hunt, the 5 other ways, uh, the Labyrinth is probably one of the worst, because it'll cost you about I believe it's like 150,000 Holy Stars on average, because it really, you have to click on that thing for about 1,700 times in 55 minutes. It can be done. I think like the max I've done is maybe I've done it in like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but you really have to click on it like non-stop. So it's a lot of Holy Stars. Don't do it when it's Frostwing. Do it when it's one of those monsters that give rare material. That's my suggestion. But yeah, it's really hard to get that amount of Holy Stars as free-to-play players. So I don't suggest you do Labyrinth Element for Watcher. The other one that I don't suggest you do is Construction. Basically, the buildings that give good points for constructions are Infirmary and Manors. And then the some of these the springs and the spires and the gym, they give good points, but you'll have to build at least 4 or 5 just to complete the event. It can be rough if you're like in a you can only hit that once during an event, and then maybe your guild is offline, maybe you're in a different time zone, so you won't be getting all the helps. Um, the thing you have to understand is that these give good points, but they cost a lot of speed up. And then these manners and infirmary, they don't cost as many speed up. So I think it's like 4 days to uh, from 24 to 25, but it's very expensive in resources. I would suggest to only do construction when you know you're rearranging and you have the speed up. But I suggest to skip labyrinth and construction. Now the other one that the one that I really like to do is Tycoon. It really depends on what the rotation is. Right now it's Titan. Titan is mostly inf cav monster, and on this account it's a range account, so I would not do Tycoon for Watcher. Obviously I have Gold Watcher, but if it was let's say Bon Appetit or Queen Bee, I would probably do it if I was not maxed out. You need about 60 tokens on average to complete the Watcher Tycoon. So basically, that's roughly 35,000 gems. But by doing this, you're gonna land on the gemming gremlin a couple times. So you're gonna get about 10k gems back. So really costs around 25k just to get your 3 medals, and then whatever rewards you get from the event, and all the good stuff you're gonna land on by using 60 tokens is basically the price. It's basically gonna compensate for the price you're paying for 60 tokens. So yeah, so really depends on how you manage your gem and how you want to spend them. Since I'm maxed out on this account, I don't do that anymore. But whenever I go for a Chaos Dragon, that's something that I do. I'm gonna talk about Chaos Dragon on a separate video also because it's a little bit different than Watcher. The two main ways that people get their Watcher to gold is research and merging. So in order to talk about that, I'm gonna jump on a lower account that I have just to show what I'm doing for this account to max out Watcher. Okay, so I jumped on Langer 4, my fourth account, obviously. It's about 21 month old, so closing in on 2 years, 215 million might. It is not maxed out for Watcher, but it's close. As you can see, only 29 medals that I'm missing. Like I said, about 2 years is the timeline you should expect to complete Watcher, depending if you're in active guild or not, and then if you basically you need patience and you need planning. If you don't plan well, you're gonna have a hard time. If you're planning, it's gonna be a lot easier. And you need to watch out for events. Some guilds, they'll send out guild mail whenever there's a Watcher research, which is the next one I want to talk about. So there's a couple strategy for completing research Watcher. So one thing you gotta understand is the event. To complete the event, you need to have at least 960,000 research might completed during the event. So one strategy is to have a very high might research running, and just complete it during that event. So in my case right now, I have Pack 4, which is 1.8 million. I'm gonna wait to speed it up when a Watcher research shows up, or maybe Chaos Dragon. I don't know at this point. I mean, I'm close on the Watcher. It's my fourth account. It's nothing special for me, but regardless, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm just maybe gonna start another big one that's over 960,000. The thing that I'm doing though is I'm making sure I have enough research speed up before I'm finishing up. I'm kind of close, so I might just do it whenever a watcher research appears. But I try to keep my normal speed up for troops. That's my choice. So that's the first strategy. The other strategy is to have a big one running and then complete it doing a combo. So for instance, which one could I do? So ration run 1 is 506. So I could have this one running and then combine it with another one that gives 460,000 light. So for instance, this would not be enough, but I could look for a combination of two research. I would say that the best strategy is to have a big one running with a combination of another big research that you can complete, because at the end of the day, you want to hit that level 10 dark assistance, but you don't want to have like several researches to complete. If you're in a different time zone, it's gonna give you a hard time. So I would suggest adding either one big research running that completes it, or doing a combo. The other thing that is still efficient is to have a big one like we looked at this one. Okay, for instance, army leadership. You could have this one running 506, and then you complete this one with dark assistance, so 379. So that gives you 880, something like that. So you're only missing 80,000, 90,000 points at that after that. So doing that with a smaller research, not this one, but a smaller research, would only cost you a couple speed up, and you don't really care if you don't hit the 30 elves in that case. The worst thing you could do is to see a watcher event appear and then just go scatter shot, and then just trying to do well, this is a big one, but just trying to do like mid-level, like you don't want to do like 3 of those. You don't want to do multiple research to complete that, because you might, one thing that might happen is you don't have the speed up. Maybe you don't have the speed up, so that's why it's better to plan than to wing it whenever it appears. So that is my suggestion for research. The last one is merging. I really like merging, but there's 2 times in the whole game where I think it's worth it to merge, to do the watcher merging events. So like I showed before, I think, yeah, it is a merging event, but it is not a watcher one. So you need, I think it's 750,000 points, and you get basically you should only do pack 3 whenever you unlock pack 3. My suggestion is once you unlock pack 3, like never use speed up for pack 1 and pack 2. Just slow roll them when you unlock pack 3. Use your speed up for watcher, and once you're done with your speed up, then you start stocking them for pack 4, which is what I've been doing. And basically, this is the kind of speed up that I've stocked since I've unlocked, since I was done with pack 3. So I've been stocking them, and obviously I am researching pack 4. I am just waiting for a watcher or a chaos dragon event to finish that research, and then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna boost my pack 4. I'm just gonna wait for watcher events and maybe chaos dragon. But for the purpose of this video, let's assume that I'm gonna use that for watcher events. The thing, basically, if you're doing pack 3, it will cost you about, I think it's like between 10 and 12 days, depending on your setup and your gear, of speed up. And if you're doing pack 4, I think it's between 6 and 9 days, something like that. It really depends on what kind of gear you have. It depends how many springs you have. Like I have the setup right now. We have 1 spire, 2 gems, and the rest are springs. And it also depends on your research. So so obviously, if you unlock pack 4, you should have this max out. Well, you don't have a choice. You would have this. You would have merging speed 1 and 2 maxed out, and then you can also max this one out, which gives, I think, 20%. It's pretty good. And by the way, it doesn't cost any tomes. You can do both of these without any tomes. So that is the strategy. So like I said, for pack 3 and pack 4, my suggestion is once you unlock pack 3, you boost. Once you run out of speed up, you just stop. You should have everything you need, or be close to having all the medals or the runes for elder familiars, and then stock them for pack 4. And if you stock them like I did, and you don't waste them on non-events, I mean, I have more than the 29 medals that I need. So obviously, I'm probably gonna do some Chaos Dragon at that point. But it's so research and merging are, to me, the two big ones that you need to focus on. Tycoon is also a good one, depending on the rotation. I wouldn't do Labyrinth. I wouldn't do Construction. Even if you do it for Castle 25. Castle 25, I think, is the biggest might that you can get. But when you unlock it, you will still be on the Castle 24 phase. So you're only gonna get like two medals, and you still need to do more building after you've done this one. I believe you have to do like if you complete this one during an event, you probably have to do like 2 or 3 more just to complete the event for only 2 medals. So I would not do Construction. I wouldn't do Labyrinth. And monster hunting, the rule of thumb is Chaos Dragon, as a rule of thumb, cost about between 25 to 50% more speed up or resources, and it gives 1 medal on all the events, compared to Watcher, where you get 3 medals except for Monster Hunt. So for Monster Hunt, it's gonna cost you so the ratio is 3 to 1, and then this one costs more. But for Monster Hunting, the ratio is 1 to 1. And while this still costs more, I believe that Chaos Dragon, Monster Hunting for medals is better for Chaos Dragon than it is for Watcher. All right, that's about it. Yep, 29 medals closing in on this, so you should expect like 2 years to max out Watcher. All right, thanks for watching.